接下来呢，我们就要欢迎我们主办单位，我们主人 MIH 的 Eric Huang，他是 Technical Development Advisor。我们掌声欢迎 Eric。Eric 哥，麻烦拿掉口罩，我们要发新闻的照片，要看到您美美帅帅的脸庞。Eric 要和我们谈的题目呢是 Standardized Drive-by-Wire Interface for Autonomous Driving。掌声 Eric。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think this session will be maybe the most difficult session in this whole day because this is the first session in the afternoon. So it seems like everyone is sleepy. So I'll try to make it quick and fast and as easy as possible to make you understand what we are talking about. And thank you very much for the remarkable talks in the morning that we have 3 speakers, and most of them we also mentioned about the open platform. So what MIH is doing is that we build the open platform, open ecosystem for the evolution of the EV industries. So in this session, I'm going to talk about our standardized drive-by-wire for autonomous driving. As you know that when you use your mobile phone, you can easily, if you change your mobile phone, you can usually swap your software to your new mobile phone without any difficulties. But this is not the case in automotive. For example, if you want to install FSD if you have a Tesla, can you install another autonomous driving software in Tesla? No. Or if you want to, even you request, so they will not allow you because it's a closed system. So that's why what we are doing is that when we, how to make the closed system in autonomous driving to be opened. So the first mission we are doing this standardization. So what is the drive-by-wire? Drive-by-wire is the traditional to use electrical or electrical mechanism systems to perform like acceleration, deceleration, brake, vehicle functions, and to replace the traditional mechanical ways to do that. And for ADAS, it requires drive-by-wire to be have access to the vehicle so that ADAS, autonomous driving software, can give the full control of the vehicles. So what's the difficulties? Because conventionally, when you want to develop the ADAS system, it's quite a vertical integration. It spends a lot of time in vertical integrations, and it brings quite a duplicate efforts when you porting one ADAS to another vehicles. Same software to different vehicles, it still brings a lot of efforts. That's the current status right now. And also it's a long development cycle because every vehicle has its own characteristics and it has higher barrier. So our drive-by-wire API is doing that. We put it in the hardware and ADAS layer. So we put a standardized drive-by-wire interface to the software and hardware isolation. So when the software developer, like ADAS developer, they don't need to worry about what underneath the car you're developing. You don't need to worry about how to control that because we provide a common interface that you can access to different vehicles, like Android application. You develop this application, you can install that in like Samsung, in like any Android systems. So that's why we build our drive-by-wire interface to be agnostic to the hardwares and also to the softwares. And also lower by doing this, we provide the APIs, lower the developers, the barrier for software developers to access the difficulties when they access to the vehicles, and of course speed up the development. So our main features, of course, quite similar to conventional drive-by-wire features. We provide throttle control, brakes control, and steer controls. And here are some videos that can share you our current status. So this is a closed environment testing that we can control the brake by using our application, our interface APIs. We can control the vehicles. We can control the speed. We can control the brake and the throttles as well. So this is manually to do the speed up, just a test. And in this demo, we just use one camera to do that. So we use a on-the-shelf autonomous driving software to do that. Of course, we can replace that with another on-the-shelf autonomous driving or ADAS software to replace that as well. That can be also compatible. So we also doing that. We also knew that when you do the autonomous driving or ADAS development, you usually, current status, you need to buy a car and porting to that. But it's quite dangerous so that before your autonomous driving or your software be matured. So we are also using adopt our interface to the simulators. Okay, so we integrate with some servers, with certain simulators, so that when we do the, when you deploy the software, when you want to test that, you don't really to test in the vehicle, in the real road. You can test in the environment. And we can guarantee sure that however, whatever you test, you control the vehicle is equally to the real situation, real cases you control a car. So that's the also the another efforts we are bringing to do the virtual and real integration. Okay, so this is the previous or more like a old system is that the development is not equal to deployment. So when you do the simulation, do the software simulation in the simulation environment, simulation tools, you need to do efforts again, just in order to port to the real vehicles. But then now, we install the drive-by-wire API interface, that is a software interface, into the simulation tools. So it opens the world that everyone can, just like what you do in the simulation is just like how you control the vehicles. So we can also do like a scoring system. Like when we need to have the driver license, you need to have a test, road test, closed road test as the government required. But what about the software, the level 2, level 3, level 4 autonomous driving, when they comes into Taiwan, the Taiwan government, how do they test that to make sure they really have the enough safety requirement? We can ask them to do that software simulation testing in this simulation environment. So that can be before they can do, before they really, the government giving it the permit or license, they really got the level for that, and it's safe for the people, for the drivers as well. And here is another simulation. We do the virtual and real situation. This is what we are doing, do the simulation software in our simulation environment. Then you can terms that how we drive that is really goes as what we are doing, what we show, what it indicates in the simulation environment. Okay, this is just a short demonstration of our virtual and real integration. Okay, so the agnostic, what we mentioned, the main achievement we want to achieve is that we can put different autonomous driving softwares on different vehicles, but still under same drive-by-wire control. That means that if I want to change my autonomous driving software A to vehicle 2, it's effortless. To vehicle 3, still effortless. So you can do any combination you want just through our drive-by-wire interface. Okay, so that's our main purpose of the drive-by-wire. So the last page, I know it's the first session, So I just want to give you 3 takeaways that MIH is doing the open platform. And while we are doing the standardization or open platform, agnostic is one of our main spirit. We want to isolate the software and the hardware, make the developers easier, okay, without any hardware burden or hardware without any software burden. They can separate developments to shorten the development cycle. And also, in this way, we can do the virtual and real integration to speed up the whole development cycle. Yes, this is my presentation today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you. Wonderful presentation to start off the afternoon.